For most small businesses, getting powerful software usually comes with a pretty painful price tag, right? We're talking complexity, we're talking cost. But what if it didn't have to be that way? Today, we're going to look at a company that's kind of rewriting the rules for business tech. They're promising some seriously advanced solutions, but with a simple, real-world execution.
So, does this sound familiar? You're trying to find a system to run your operations, but what do you get? Steep learning curves, a bunch of hidden fees, and platforms that are so complicated they actually seem to create more problems than they solve. It's a huge frustration, and so many growing businesses run into this exact wall.
Okay, and this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got your traditional enterprise software, right? It's expensive, it's super complex, and you need tons of training just to get started. But then, on the other side, you have what BRS Software calls the BRS way. We're talking practical costs, a learning curve that's, well, not really a curve at all, and just simple, effective execution. This is the exact problem they decided they had to fix.
So let's dig into that. What exactly is this dilemma that small and mid-sized businesses, SMEs as they're called, are facing every single day? Well, it's this technology gap that can literally make or break a company that's trying to grow.
This is where BRS Software comes in. They were founded back in 2018 with a really specific mission to help out those SMEs, the retailers and manufacturers who need super reliable systems but are just totally overlooked by the big tech giants. Their whole goal is to deliver maximum value, but without the crazy budget or the massive headaches that usually come with this stuff. And to actually pull this off, they built their entire company around one core philosophy. It's an idea that really just challenges the whole way we think about business technology. And here it is. Simple, right? We believe technology should simplify business, not complicate it. It sounds obvious, but it's a really powerful idea. Technology is supposed to be a tool that helps you, not some giant obstacle you have to fight with every single day. And that one belief, it drives every single decision they make.
All right, so it's one thing to have a nice philosophy, but how do you actually turn that into action? Well, this is how. Their focus is just crystal clear. First, reduce all that manual grunt work. Second, get rid of those steep learning curves so anyone can use it. Third, take all your data and actually convert it into insights you can use. And finally, deliver all that value without any sneaky, hidden costs. You can see how each one of these points is a direct shot at a major customer frustration.
Okay, so that's the why behind what they do. Now let's get into the how. Let's look at the tech itself and see how it actually delivers on all these promises. So the real genius here is how they balance modern needs with just rock-solid reliability. It's an offline ERP, which is huge. That means it's super stable and secure. Think of it like this. Your most important data is in a vault, but you can still access it securely from wherever you need to. It's built on a proven database engine, SQL Server 2019, so you know it's going to perform. And maybe the best part, you can deploy it on your own infrastructure. That means you have full control, no strings attached. Now look, any company can say their software is easy to use, but what does that actually mean in the real world? Talk is cheap, right? Well, this next part, this is probably my favorite piece of evidence. 1 week. Seriously, think about that. What could a business possibly achieve in just one single week with a brand new, supposedly complex piece of software running their whole operation? Well, here's the answer. That's how long it took one of their clients, and get this, they describe themselves as not tech-savvy, to become fully confident using the entire system. That's not just a feature on a sales sheet, folks. That's a real-world story that proves their whole philosophy of simplicity isn't just talk. It's real, and it delivers some pretty incredible results. All right, let's pull all of this together. Let's really break down what makes the BRS difference, what truly sets them apart from everyone else out there. This table just nails it. When it comes to cost, they give you advanced capabilities, but at a practical price. How? By not forcing a bunch of bloated features on you that you'll never use. They focus on what small and mid-sized businesses actually need. The learning curve? It's minimal, and that's by design. The architecture is built to be modular and scalable, so it literally grows with your business. And their roadmap looks to the future without forcing you into painful, expensive upgrades. It's just a fundamentally different way of doing things. And speaking of the future, believe me, they are not standing still. Right now, the platform is desktop-based, and that's for that rock-solid stability we talked about. But web and mobile platforms? Yep, they're on the roadmap. They're also getting ready to support businesses in multiple countries. This just goes to show, they're thinking long-term. They're ready to be a partner that evolves right alongside their clients. So we'll end with this question, which I think gets right to the very heart of the BRS philosophy. For way too long,
businesses have been forced to twist and change their own operations just to fit the software they're paying for. BRS flips that completely on its head and asks a really simple but provocative question. Shouldn't your software adapt to you?